So now I'm going to introduce Bruno to you. Bruno is my web designer. He originally came from Indiana to New York State, but before that he was in Florida, and now I convinced him to move back to Florida. So he's going to talk to you about how he's going to promote my book and launch it, and some things that might be of help to you as well. Bruno?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on one second, I'm going to set this up here. No, I have a slideshow as well. I just have to be sure that
And you all have handouts of our contact information and an evaluation form we want you to fill out so we know what you like and what you didn't like.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Awesome. Well, Melanie, thank you so much for having me here and letting me share this opportunity to kind of speak to you guys and hopefully shed some light on things that we're doing in this new age of marketing and kind of using social media, digital marketing, and things of that sort. So I'm Bruno, aka Bruno Mars, if you guys like him. Sweet. If not, Bruno Marciano, I think is another one. So if it makes it simple for you guys. So what I'm going to talk to everybody about is digital marketing and basically what that means in this new age of like traditional face-to-face handouts and things of that sort, and how you can monetize that same principle and same message in the online space. Two questions for you guys. Raise your hand if you're an author. Beautiful, beautiful. Second question, raise your hand if you have a smartphone. Perfect, and that is why digital marketing works. Now, third question, it's sort of a freebie, I guess, but who wants to learn how to use digital marketing to share your message and or branding and make money, right? Beautiful, beautiful. That's why I'm here. So, like Melanie said, the beauty of the internet is that it is no longer tied down to just one room, one, I guess, sort of interaction. You can actually reach anybody that you want inside of any niche, inside of any industry, because the internet is sort of this huge thing where there are pockets of people who all love one niche or one industry or one sort of thing. So you no longer have to do as much hunting as just placing whatever it is that your special message is, branding is, book, or whatever, and just drop that inside of those pockets of people that essentially congregate into one spot because we all share interests. Now, and then I'm going to sort of share how to use paid advertising, how to build a list of emails, aka leads, for you guys to be able to actually share updates, sales, etc. with everybody. And then I'm going to share with you guys the ideals of a online sales funnel for you to actually generate leads or traffic to your business or message. Now, I'm gonna try and simplify everything, so I'm gonna try to not use any like jargon or any huge things, SEO, any of that stuff. I'm gonna literally ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. It's how I roll, it's how I operate, and it helps me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, first of all, I think it's only fair if I introduce myself. Like I said, Bruno Mars, I'm just kidding, Bruno Morini. I have been doing marketing for the last probably 10 years. I have sold everything from basically soaps to skincare to lotions and proteins and all that sort. So I have essentially sold lots of things. And about 4 years ago, I kind of ended up realizing that the whole interaction of sales and marketing is separating from face-to-face to just Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of these social media sites and stuff like that. So I started figuring out, how do we end up selling, how can we share our message to more people by doing something simpler, and then I'll sort of explain what that means. And then from there I sort of ended up starting a digital marketing agency called Mint Business Media. That's me when I lived in Utah, because I lived in Utah for school for a while as well. And I just help small business owners or people who have their own brand or their own influencer want to share their message. I help them be able to take that to the online space and essentially create something that sells itself over and over and over again. Because I want you guys to focus on what you do best, which is sharing your message, story, and then letting someone else take care of that hard side, I guess, of things. So basically, I'm going to share with you guys what a digital sales funnel looks like. What that all means is how we can turn views, Facebook, Instagram into money for your product, brand, sharing, things of that sort. Here is a photo of a funnel. I'm going to move this just a little bit this way. All right. Here's a normal funnel, right? And what we're going to do is actually create something online that is either your book, sale, or if you're trying to like generate a lead, just something that shares your product and it either hands you a sale monetary or a lead for you to turn that into money. Now, the way that we do that is with a sales funnel. Same thing as a funnel in the business world or sales world, but what we do is we use social media, websites, links, things of that sort that get everybody from your website, social media, and everything into your sales funnel. Now, if you guys have ever heard of something called a landing page, it's essentially when Has any of you ever seen an ad on Facebook, pressed it, and then it takes you somewhere? It's like just a one single page that essentially sells you exactly on what enticed you from that ad. They're taking you from an advertisement to a landing page, which is simply a single-sided website that doesn't have other options. Now, what I mean by that is that websites nowadays, they're pretty beautiful, incredible, but some of them have a lot of just things. It's always like a tab here, a tab there, and it sort of takes away that, it makes you shift your focus from one thing to like looking at other things. So what we try and do is take away all the options and say, hey, are you looking for this in this niche? The answer is probably yes, because we're using targeted advertising like in Amazon to find your perfect client that huddles up in the internet. We put something that seems enticing, beneficial, and beautiful for you in front of your phone. You press it, and then it takes you to a website that simply just sells or reinforces that product or niche that you're looking for, right? And then in turn, as they opt in or as they hand you their emails or as they hand you their email, phone number, etc., depending on your business, it turns into a sale, but it builds that huge list in which we can advertise later. That all sounds like a lot. I'll put it in simpler form right now. I just sort of wanted to share that top overview of how sales funnels supposedly work online. So an example is here. Melanie here is launching her new book, right? So for example, if I may borrow your book. Say that we are all Facebook, right? And then we're all authors. We all love author groups and things of that sort, right? So we would pay Facebook to essentially share an advertising that talks about a cool new book that's either about to be pre-launched, launched, etc. Something that entices you, right? To hit that link. As soon as that happens, we take you over to a landing page here. So then it tells you an exciting hook or a title that sort of captivates your interest a little bit more. And then what we do as marketers is we essentially hand you an offer saying, hey, you can have this for a free like ebook or something of that sort, depending on your model. But you have to exchange here your email and name, right? And then I'm sure that we probably entered our names and emails in places. What that does is it actually builds up your list of clientele from the business standpoint, where then we can always sell you information, we can always send you requests, like we can always pretty much follow up with you whether you buy on that first time or not, because we now have your information. So we know how to do it. So if you guys are ever like on social media and stuff and see that again, just know it's for you to like have leads or for you to ultimately buy something, but I'll share the fun part of it. Now, the reason I fell in love with the whole digital world is because we can help people share their message, we can help people share their voice, share their stories, especially if we all have something very important and special that we want to do. We can share that with others and find the people who are looking for our solutions. So then, say that somebody lands up here on her landing page, give us their info for like a free either excerpt or some sort of exchange of value that entices that person to give us their information in return for something valuable, which is how we build that trust. The next page is where your actual sales funnel starts, okay? So we took somebody from being a stranger to this opt-in page, which then as soon as you hand me your information, or us, we take you over to the actual sales page. This should all be in one whole page as if you were scrolling or as if you were looking on a desktop. But essentially what it does is we create systems that have the best salesperson for your business selling your product over and over and over again automatically, whether you sleep or not. Who's that person? You. Because online works 24/7. We sleep, right? So what we do is we build the system that no matter what time it is, no matter what side of the world it's at, it will always be showing Melanie presenting her book, doing all of the selling, as we also sell people with why it's a valuable book, why they want it, why it's going to change their lives, etc., etc., etc. So all that we're doing is essentially handing you all the tools that you want, giving you your reasons why you want it, and there's no other options here besides for press if you want to pre-order. That's really it, because we're walking you through here. Step 1, walk through that door. Step 2, follow me to my living room. Step 3, sit on the couch. Like, it's just a dance, right? So then, after they get to see everything and see her video of why the product is incredible, why her book is so life-changing and things of that sort, people typically want more. So then, once they end up pressing that blue button there that says, if you want to pre-order, pre-order now, we walk them to the end of the sale, which is, okay, enter all your info. And then they see it again, that is the book that they're doing, that is their pre-order form, etc., etc. And in turn, once numbers are into account and once you're driving all the traffic to your funnel, you get book sales, right? Now, I know there was like jargon and stuff in there, but moral of the story is that nowadays, if you want to share a message that to you is valuable, that means a lot to you, the internet allows you to no longer have to do that hard work where it's you sharing it over and over and over again. You can do something once, set up a system that essentially works for itself, and if you set it up right, you can generate leads, emails, and so if you ever have another product or like some other launch, you can just take all of this list that you have gathered that you know are people that are interested in your niche, your product, your industry, and essentially sell them on new product launches, sell them on special events, sell them on just whatever you want as an author. So the point is that the internet is beautiful, it's incredible. I'm sort of a nerd, so like for me it's just like fun 24/7, and figuring out how to solve business owner solutions as how we can take somebody from not knowing something to knowing something and buying. To me, it makes me feel good that I'm helping Melanie in her mission of just changing the world with her book. So I feel like as a digital marketer, I get to do my part in influencing other people to do something that's healthy and beneficial for their lives, in this case her book, and getting to know her as a person, know them as an author, and then once they typically buy one thing from you, the odds increase significantly that they'll buy more again and again because they like, trust, and respect you. And I think at the end of the day, if we're trying to build a brand and we're trying to build something that's beautiful and valuable, at the end of the day, starts with us and it ends with us, and people want to know who you are as a person, a brand, a message, everything of that sort. So, in conclusion, long story short, digital marketing is the future. It's already here. because everyone here has a smartphone. I promise everyone here is on some sort of social media each day, which tells you that that is where our future is moving. So we need to know how to market in that realm properly. And from there, it's kind of easier to share your message. Learning how to do it is a lot longer than this, so if you guys have any questions, I love to always help people any way I can. I'm a helper, and I love to just do that for people. Number two, once you take your message online, you just kind of have to figure out the system as to what it is that we want the prospects to take as an action. Tie it all in where it starts sort of working for itself while you're sleeping or not, because the internet, again, is always available. We are sleeping, working, doing other things. So you set up a system where you have you, which is your best salesperson to actually sell the product for you. 3, that allows you to focus on what you love, which is sharing your message or doing what you're talented at, and it takes all of that extra 5-7 hours a day, because it is a full-time job and I have to sort of do it. It takes that focus and stress away from you, leaves it onto someone or some sort of conveyor belt that is sort of doing it on its own for you to focus on what you do, which is write more, develop more, do more, up to you guys. And the whole goal of everything is that you get to share your message with the world, share your passion, do what you love, and have your part in changing the world however that is to you. So to me, I like to change the world through digital marketing, helping people have their own businesses, products, and everything. And I want you guys to share your mission, your passion, and everything is so doable now, especially thanks to the internet. So that is the fast gist of who I am, what I do for a living, and I can't thank Melanie enough for bringing me here. It's my second week here in Florida, so I'm a newbie, and I love it. So thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me afterwards. Thank you.
So what questions do you have for us? Yes.
If you use Amazon and you're trying to build up your email list, if you're selling a book through Amazon, do you get their information or does it stay with Amazon?
Which information are you talking about?
The information?
Oh, of who buys the book?
Yes.
No, we don't get that. If they're buying it off Amazon, we don't.
That's what I thought.
We don't know who bought it. Yeah.
So how would you capture it if you use Amazon?
Yeah.
Anybody else? He can talk.
He can answer that.
Yeah. Amazon is known for being basically everywhere and just, they're kind of like Walmart on steroids,
Yeah.
because like they own everything, have everything, everyone is all about, fast and speed. So what Amazon does is they're essentially created a hub where they sell everyone else stuff, right? And so if you want to have their information from Amazon, you kind of have to create another system outside of that where you can extract emails and stuff, because Amazon keeps that email list because it builds their business long term. So they're doing this to the maximum, and knowing that per person who joins your list, right, you can basically add $1 per month per person that joins your email list. Like, those are our stats.
Okay.
So what Amazon is fantastic at is having everybody have accounts, emails, and they are great at selling you because of that reason. There is a way to extract them, but it's sort of like you would have to send them to the Amazon listing from either a funnel or some sort of other lead generation thing. So as opposed to being like an ad to Amazon, you would have to stick a second step in your dance, extract their info, and then sell them books. There is strategies on that. It's deeper, it's complicated-ish, but it's really not. It's all same, but different, if that makes sense.
Can I add something? I've
Absolutely.
joined some groups, authors groups, and there's newsletter building things that you can join up with them, and then they do contests, they do things like that, and they capture that. They have to let people know that's what they're doing, and that they're actually signing up for a newsletter. But there are a lot of other ways to go and capture.
Yes.
That's just one suggestion.
Yeah, absolutely, it's true. Yeah, it's how you generate leads through like sweepstakes, giveaways, newsletters. You can offer some sort of free exchange of free information in exchange for that because,
Copter is free to set up a contest.
yep,
So-
there's a lot of other like third-party systems it seems a lot harder than it really is. There's a lot of ways to make all of this much simple, and like there's a lot of softwares out there that essentially do it for you so that you don't have to spend all that extra time. It's just like learning how, when, and all that stuff, but that's why I'm here to help any way I can. Yes, ma'am.
I just thought of an idea, which I'm sure you've already thought of and taken advantage of, but when you go to Amazon to buy a book, you've got that author page, and a lot of people, I imagine, go to the author page to learn more about the author. So what you can do as the author is put your website in that author page and say, visit my website for special offers. And then they go to your website, and then you can have the landing page, the ad or.
You're a
And also
genius.
publish
You're a
your
genius.
blog.
That's true.
If you
Very
coord-
smart.
If it coordinates, it also publishes your blog from your website.
Yep.
And if you
Oh,
coordinate
yes.
that, and then it shows the posts on there, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bruno.
There's lots of ways for sure.
Yeah, is somebody else?
I'll get to you.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just gonna make a comment with these two women. They have a hunger there. They want to sell those books. And a friend of mine has sold her book, and she was quick to turn around and start writing that second book. And now that's gonna be published soon. But this is what she said, and it has stuck in my head forever. She's young, but she said, "This is my job. I've got to make it work." So it wasn't just about the money. You have to decide that you want to make the money. You can't just go, oh, la-di-da. This was her job, and I see her every day through social media working it and telling us where she is on that next step, and I'm just so amazed, so proud of her.
Absolutely.
And she's doing all of these right steps, but that's because in her head, and it should be, this is her job. She doesn't have any other job. This is her job. And for a retiree, I would say, great.
Yeah,
That's what we need to be doing.
absolutely, yeah. Thank you for
That's
that.
it.
Thank you.
What was your- A couple things I'd like to let y'all know that I found out too, spending hours and hours online, is there are two that I know of, two sites where you can sell your books free. They will take your book, upload it, and literally sell it to the world, free. Now, of course, there's always little caveats. One place is called publishdrive.com, and the other place is called Draft
to digital.
Draft to Digital, Each of them have set aside certain marketing niches, certain countries where they'll sell free. But then they have, of course, they want you to pay for their program, which covers the world, and they'll sell up to 5 books and reprint and. But they will sell, I'm also selling free on Publish Drive. So I wanted you to know that
I'll
too.
just caution you on that, if you belong to Kindle Unlimited, or Kindle, the Select program,
Yeah.
where you do, Amazon lets you run sales days and does all that, you
Right.
cannot do that.
Right.
You have to be exclusive to Amazon.
Either
So
or.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, you're breaking their terms of service, and believe me, Amazon will come down on you.
Yeah.
They're fast.
They're 90 days.
For money, they're fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any other questions anywhere? I will try and answer them in a very simple manner. It's all simple to do once you understand the fundamentals, and then as soon as that happens, it's easy to create. It's not as scary as it seems. It's not as hard as it seems. If I can do it, I promise you, anyone can. That's a fact, so.
But it's better to pay him to do it. I don't have to
I
think
have
about
only
it.
screwed up a lot more for a lot longer, and I've learned everything, so. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
not every hand went up, and that is okay if you have not published anything. If you just enjoy writing, we want you here. Do not feel like you're in the wrong group because you don't have a published work yet. All of us did not, or those that have published didn't start out that way, obviously. So with that, well, thank you very much. But with that, I wanted to introduce Faith Eyes, who's our program chair. She helped put together tonight's program, and she has some more information for us on future programs. Thanks, Faith.
All right, thank you. I'm tired. Sorry, I was late today. I have a new job with Minority Health, and we're going 100 miles a minute, and I don't even see the time go by. But, so I do have a day job, and I'm so